Welcome. In this video, I'm going to discuss important information about Windows Server Administration learning in JSS platform and normally how do you learn about Windows Server Administration. So first, let's just get to the real job description and talk about what are people looking for. When you go to Indeed.com and you look for Windows Server Administrator or Windows Systems Administrator, usually a lot of companies will expect that you know about Windows Server related skills. So in this case, like if somebody specifically type Windows Systems Administrator, they are looking for someone who are mainly working on Windows, or you're learning your certifications or your skills, everything is geared towards Windows related operating systems. So someone can call you a Windows Server Administrator, Windows Systems Administrator, and even sometimes they can just call you Systems Administrator, because with Windows Server Administration, you may be also dealing with other vendors or technologies that are not Windows specific, and they may just call you a more generic title like Systems Administrator. So to become a Windows Server Administrator, you have to learn about Windows Server related skills in a more deeper way. And it's not just you knowing about Active Directory and how to add a user or creating a domain controller in the lab. That is not going to work for most of this type of jobs because it's more complex. And I always recommend all our members that this is not a first role that you should be looking for. The first roles you should be looking for is IT support, help desk, and more of that entry level roles, or even in that you have more advanced roles, but you have to learn about IT support or basic networking fundamentals before you tackle the server related stuff. So in this example, they are calling it Windows Systems Administrator, System Administrator. But if you come down over here, they're very targeted towards server. So you see install, configure, and maintain Active Directory infrastructure related network services, DNS, DHCP, NPS, Radius, DFS, and many more that comes with Windows Server Administration. For example, SCCM, which is another tool, and IIS is a part of Windows Server, but it's a web server, and a lot of companies are using it for internal websites, even external big websites. And then, of course, it just doesn't end there. Their Windows have SQL servers going on, and more deeper Active Directory maintenance and everything. And of course, that's where you really need to learn that in a more deeper way and not just knowing what is Active Directory and you can just add a user. This is more of maintaining that Active Directory and working on troubleshooting. Nowadays, it's really not common that people will just hire you because you know about Windows Server only. People will hire you as a whole sysadmin or a server admin where you have to deal with Office 365 or cloud technologies where Windows servers, you're still using it on virtualized environment, or in the cloud, you still use a Windows server, but it's connected to some sort of Azure or AWS or Office 365 technologies. And it's kind of like a mixture. So that's why they call it hybrid setup in most of the companies. So it's not just learning about Windows Server, but Windows Server in itself, you still need to learn a lot more about it to be able to become a confident Windows systems admin or server admin. So in JSS, how do you learn this? So if you're a member, basically we have created a course which is called Windows Server Hybrid Administrator. And this you're going to learn about Windows Server 2016, 19, and of course later on 2022. This is a very long course and only designed for people who really wants to become better in Windows Server administration and becoming confident. So if you're a junior IT professional and you want to move up into system admin world, then learning this course is good for you. If you are an IT support professional and just want to transition out of that whole career and become a sysadmin, then this course is great for you as well. The prerequisite for this type of changes, you need to go to the roadmap. And like I mentioned, that if you're brand new to IT, then you will need to start with a modern IT support career roadmap. In this, you have multiple courses that you need to finish, and then you will be confident to go for more advanced learning. So before even starting server administration, you need to finish the transitioning skills roadmap. Basically, in this, you will learn networking, what is virtualization, what is the server, the concept, and everything that basically you need to know before you even get deeper into more server administration. Let me explain to you why it's important. If you don't know the transitioning level skills, if you go to most of these jobs, they're still going to put more stuff even in the Windows world. For example, in this one, you may come across like a VMware somewhere in this because virtualization is being used, and there you go. So they may put like a VMware, then that has nothing to do with Windows, but your Windows server, everything on the servers are running on top of virtualization. So if you don't know how things are running, then it's really hard for you to get these jobs because this is something that's like the main thing that you're going to miss as a sysadmin. So if you don't know where the servers are running and how are we managing it these days, then of course that will be hard for you to get these jobs. So in this type of course, where it's transitioning skills, we teach you what is virtualization, what is networking, what is firewall security, and things like that. And then once you are ready to move on to Windows Server administration, specifically targeting just servers, then you can start this roadmap by clicking on Start Journey. It's going to take you to Windows Server Administration, and that's the first course that I just showed you. So when you finish this course, you're going to finish a lot of practice on Windows 2016, 19, and later 2022 operating system. If you want to directly find this course in your library, just go to the dashboard, then click again on My Courses, and here just type hybrid. When you type hybrid, you're going to see this course will come up, and just click OK, start the course. And here there's the important information video. Then there's a building a home lab as well. So if you want to replicate most of the skills that you're learning from these videos in your own home lab, that is important as well. You should have your own home lab as a sysadmin, so you can keep the settings for a long time. And then if you're a premium member, you should definitely watch the practice lab tour. If you haven't done that before, then that's where it's going to teach you how to use the premium labs. And the instructor is going to go over the lectures over here in the beginning. Then there's a modules. This is where lectures and hands-on labs will start. So when you click on install and configure Nano server, you're going to see a lecture, and then there's going to be modules step by step. And in your lab, you're going to perform it same way as instructor is doing it. So you're watching the video, you're performing in the labs. That gives you a very good hands-on confidence on these servers. So as you can see, it's a very long course. It is a multiple labs connected together to teach you the inner services of how Windows Server works, from security to file system to redundancy, policies, containers, group accounts, Active Directory databases, many things that you're going to need to know as a server administrator and web services as well. And at the end, troubleshooting. So it's a long course, and it's designed for people who are serious and who would like to move into more server administration and move away from the IT support world and not just handle basic things like adding a user. You're just getting into more advanced things in a server. Then this course is for you. So you can do this two ways. You can become a light member and create your own home lab like this one, and then watch the videos, replicate as much as you can. If you don't want to do this, you can also go with a membership, premium membership, and then watch the videos right here, lecture, watch the task video, and then once you are ready to do a lab, just go and open the same lab that instructor is using and just use the same steps to get more confidence hands-on. So this is how you will learn the Windows Server administration. So you can directly go for a position that is mainly towards server administration, and you deal with a lot with the servers, and you may learn the other stuff later on. A lot of company respect that sort of learning. Or even if you get a job as a sysadmin, and now after this course you're going to be super confident at least managing your servers environment in wherever you're using it, whether it's virtualization, cloud, or a hardware. You still need to get into that operating system and manage it just like how you're seeing all these tasks. Thank you so much. And if you want to join us, go to jobskillshare.org, click on membership, and become a member.